Alright, now on to personal questions. This one is from Hannah J. Do you like cold weather or warm weather? Definitely warm weather. I don't like winter. And probably because all of the cute sweaters are 3/4 length sleeve, and we do not live in a climate where 3/4 length sleeves are practical. So this next one's from Eowyn, and I love your name. That's so cool. That's Eowyn. Okay. Do you enjoy exercising, and if so, what is your favorite kind to do? I've just recently picked up yoga with the girls. I used to hate yoga with a passion. I hated it. But ever since I started it again, I've found that it actually helps a lot with things I struggle with, like my posture. It helps so much, and I am probably the most inflexible, both in character and physically, of all the girls. And so doing yoga has really helped me to be more limber, which is nice. So I definitely like yoga the best. This next one's from Rosemary. What do you think about being the youngest in the family? Because I'm the youngest too. Yay for youngest sibling club. I think a lot of things. It has definitely given me the most independent spirit. I'm very rebellious, so to speak, though in a much more mild way than how rebellious is typically put. I'm very independent. Growing up, we girls were always kind of put on the same level. Whenever mom and dad would rebuke us, discipline us, we were always on the same level. And even like being taught and schooled and things like that. Our ages were never really that prominent, especially getting into our teens. Whenever Jessica was 16 and I was 12, I was really, really pushing to be her age. I've always wanted to be Jessica's age. It's really weird. It's like just this thing that I want. I've always wanted. So, like, I would try and shop in the women's section at Goodwill, and she was always like, no, go in the children's section. So, but as I grew into my teens, and we girls have just kind of evened out, really. And everyone always thinks we're triplets whenever we're out in public, probably because of our haircut. We all have short hair. So, and also we dress really similar. So that's really interesting that people think we're triplets whenever we're really 2 years apart each. So, Sarah asks, do you ever wish your hair was longer? I think that every girl goes through like that stage right before a haircut where they're like, should I get it long or short? And I go through that stage a lot. But I recently got it cut shorter than usual after trying to grow it out, and it just looked really awkward. So I got it cut shorter than usual, and I absolutely love it. It's like Bridgie's length right now, so I'm definitely sticking with that. I love my hair short. So this next one's from Carolyn H. What book of the Bible are you reading through these days? Genesis. At the beginning of the year, I started at the beginning, and it's been really good. I've definitely learned a lot of things I hadn't noticed before. And then she also asks, and I included 2 questions because I really liked her questions, so sorry. When are you getting your braces off? April. I hope. It's funny, we actually have a singing gig that we're traveling down to Alabama for on the day that I got my braces on 2 years ago. So I'm like, please, please, please let me get them off early, please. Because I want my braces all off. So, I hope April. I hope March. This one's from Mariah Ortega. What's one of your greatest faults, and how does having it, knowing you have it, help you? I think definitely my greatest fault is pride. And through that pride comes a lot of other faults, like judging other people, judging how they look, judging how they act. And so I definitely think that, and also like not serving other people and thinking, oh, they can take care of it themselves, it's fine. No. Well, just being aware of it helps me to kind of sometimes stop myself and say, you know, you probably should simmer down a little bit on that pride. And also, I'm always praying about it. Always praying about it. You know, the proverb says, by pride comes nothing but strife, but with the well-advised is wisdom, and that's definitely my life verse. So, this next one is from Haley. What is your testimony? So this is a little bit hard to answer because we are Reformed Presbyterians, which means that from birth I am born into a covenant household, and so it's not like a thing where, you know, whenever you're 8 or 10, you confess Jesus as your Lord and you're baptized. I'm baptized like probably a week after I was born or something. I'm not exactly sure. I've really just known about God and Jesus since I can remember. And I've always known He was there. I've always known He was my Savior. I really don't know a time in my life whenever I really totally acknowledged it. It's just been natural for me. You know, I can remember even from being 3 years old, like, you know, I knew Jesus was there and He was my Savior and I couldn't live without Him. So that's my testimony, really. It's not much. But so that's just what I've been brought up with, and I couldn't imagine life without it. This next one is from Kate. How tall are you? I've always wondered. I can see how you would wonder that. I'm an interestingly built person. I am 4.5, 5'5". I haven't measured recently, so I'm constantly creeping up on Bridgie because, like, you know, she's 5'6", 5'5.5", I think. So I'm like, and she's over there. I'm 5'4", 5'5". This next one's from Kitty. What's the craziest thing a stranger ever told you? Oh my. Okay. I included this question because I really wanted to tell this story. So, whenever we were down in Tennessee this last September for the Remembering World War II event, and we girls were singing up on stage, there were 2 older gentlemen, like rednecks, standing over to the side of the stage, you know, hands over their shoulders, swaying to Chattanooga Choo Choo. I'm like, yay! They're totally into it. So we come down afterwards off the stage, and we're kind of walking along the street, and we're stopped by these 2 gentlemen. And it was just Jessica, and I was like, oh, great. So, they stop us and say, and they're just like completely gushing all over us girls, like, I want to marry you, like, you can marry her, I'll marry her. It's like, no. And, you know, we're just kind of giggling and laughing along with it. And then one of the guys, he holds up his arm like this, and he's like, his arm is completely smothered in tattoos. And, you know, he's in his 70s. He probably got them whenever he was in his 20s or 30s, so wrinkly. And he holds up his arm, and there's a heart, I think, with like a little ribbon going around it, and it has a bunch of words on that ribbon. And he says, do you know what that says? Do you know what that says? And I'm like, no. I mean, his arm's really wrinkly. I can't read it. And so he says, Patty, Maxine, and Laverne. Those are the names of the Andrews sisters. That was weird. That was definitely the weirdest thing. I'm gonna have that whenever I'm old and gray, and I'm gonna tell my grandchildren, you know what happened to me one time. This next one is from Nuala. What do you want to do when you finish high school? College, start a business, etc. Just keep on doing what I'm doing. You know, blogging, photography, graphic design. I hope to be able to, oh yeah, Bridgie reminded me, singing. I hope to be able to help Dad out more in his business, be able to do more small jobs for him, like design websites and graphics and things like that. That, and also maybe start my own web design business. We'll see. This next segment has to do with vintage, handicraft, and fashion, all the girly things. Okay, this first one is from Hannah Batchelder. Do you have a vintage lookalike? I have figured her out. Figured out who she is. Mary Tyler Moore. 100%. Even my characters like her. Like, we were watching Dick Van Dyke one night, and the girls were like, that's you. That's you. That's Charlotte. Yeah, no. Yeah. I try and style like her, like wear the crops and the cute sweaters and the dresses and the hair and everything else. So, and I kind of look like her a little bit. You might think differently. And I act like her. So, this one's from Anna. How have you found your style? What looks good on you personally and in clothing? Okay. I really just follow my gut, what I like the best. I'm pretty confident, like I said before, I'm pretty confident in as far as fashion and style goes. I know whenever I don't like something, whenever I try it on, like I just don't like it. It just doesn't feel right, and I'm not going to wear this. I wear what feels good, what I like, and that just has kind of led me to find my own personal style. Now this one's from Bonnie. How long does it take you to get ready in the morning? This is kind of embarrassing, but half an hour to an hour, because depending upon whether or not I wear makeup. I always wear makeup every day, but typically it's very minimal, like defining my eyebrows and mascara. That's pretty much it, and maybe a lip color. But whenever I do like full face of makeup, it bumps up my time. And I also take a long time getting dressed because I'm very thoughtful about what I wear. So, Bridget just informed me that we have been going for 45 minutes. Wait! I hope you don't know where that came from. It came from Alice in Wonderland. Yay, okay, now you know how weird I am.
Narrated by Christopher Plummer.
Yeah, the guy who played Captain Von Trapp. You really have to look up that version of Alice in Wonderland on Audible. It's pretty epic. Okay, I'm totally digressing. Thank you all so much for sending in your questions and for watching this video. I hope that I answered them to your satisfaction and that you're able to learn a bit about me. And be sure to check out our blog if you're watching this from YouTube. And if you're watching it from our blog, be sure to check out our YouTube. Give me a thumbs up and thank you for watching. Bye!